Greetings, my fellow exiles. Behold the human being, a shivering tower of logic wrapped in a coat of nerves. Most of the species, the ones who congregate in deep heaps of collective dread, cannot endure the silence of their own company. They require the static. They need the buzzing of the hive. But for the mind that recognizes its own sovereignty, the quiet is where the real work begins. Ordinary men hate solitude, but the master makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one with the whole universe. That's from the Tao Te Ching, chapter 42. To be alone is to be the primary architect of your own reality. It is to recognize that the crowd is an illusion made of noise. The brain is a marvelous, whizz-popping contraption, a theater of electrical storms. Sometimes the film reel tangles. Sometimes the screen shows monsters with purple teeth or voids that look like the end of the world. Do not call for the usher. Do not flee into the night. Now the mind is truly left to its own devices. Just recognize these visions as your own projections and all will be well. That's from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. You are the projector and the light. If the image is terrifying, remember that you are the one holding the lens. There is a vastness. It is an objective fact, woven into the very fabric of the dirt and the data. It is in the molecules of your breakfast and the heavy silence of the deep woods. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. That's from the Gita, chapter 6, verse 30. The connection is consistent. The signal does not drop. You are always within reach of the infinite, even when you feel like a discarded gum wrapper in a gutter. And when my servants ask you, O Muhammad, concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me. That's from the Quran. If you address the universe, it does not ignore the invoice. It is listening with an ear made of galaxies. You may believe you are the one pulling the levers. You may think your boots move because you gave the order. It is a charming delusion, a lovely bit of theater. I know, O Lord, that the way of man is not in himself, that it is not in man who walks to direct his steps. That's Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. You are being steered by a hand you cannot see. There is a great intention that dictates the path of the proton and the path of the person. And you do not will except that Allah wills. Indeed, Allah is ever knowing and wise. That's also from the Quran. Your purpose is to be the instrument. I am a glossy pen in the hand of the master. I have no idea what I am about to write. That's from the Masnavi, Book 1. The pen does not choose the poem. It simply provides the ink. It fulfills its nature by moving across the page, whether the story is a comedy or a very long list of confusing instructions. They will try to tell you that you are a fleeting spark, a tiny bit of meat that will soon be cold. They are mistaken. You are a piece of the great radiance, and the radiance does not have an expiration date. Thy own consciousness, shining, void, and inseparable from the great body of radiance, hath no birth nor death. Recognize this and you are liberated. That's from the Tibetan Book of the Dead as well. You are a permanent fixture in a temporary room. Cease the pity. Stop the small squeaky noises of complaint. You are being transported by a force that makes the mountains look like pebbles. Sometimes I go about pitying myself, and all the while a great wind is bearing me across the sky. That's an Ojibwe proverb. You are soaring through the vast black velvet of the all there is. Why weep over a broken toy when you are being cradled by the breath of the absolute? There is no power in the posturing of men. There is no strength in the shouting of the masses. What is meant to be is the only thing that could ever be. Whatever God hath willed hath been, and that which he hath not willed shall not be. There is no power nor strength except in God. That is from the Baha'i Teachings, the Bab Baha'i Prayers, page 131. To resist the flow is to try and stop the tide with a toothpick. Find the stillness, find the beginning. To return to the root is to find peace. To find peace is to fulfill one's destiny. To fulfill one's destiny is to be constant. That's from the Tao Te Ching, chapter 16. Be constant. Be like the geometry of a crystal, unyielding and clear. Guard your thoughts, for they are the footprints you leave in the snow of the world. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows him like a shadow that never leaves. That's from the Dhammapada, verse 2, for my Buddhist friends. If your mind is a swamp, your shadow will be a fog. If your mind is a diamond, your shadow will be a beacon. And when the ouch arrives, and the ouch is inevitable in a world of sharp corners, do not turn away. The sting is the signal that the repair has begun. Know that one day your pain will become your cure. That's from the Essential Rumi, or Sufism. Finally, do not fret over your worth or your wages. You have already been paid in full simply by being here to witness the spectacle. Existence itself is my reward. That's from Sri Nisargadatta Maharaji and his book, I Am That. You are here, you exist. That is the winning ticket. I love you.